Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Allyssa. I own a crochet boutique called Restock Crochet, and today we're going to be visiting Joann's one more time before they close. I drove an hour and a half to go to a new Joann's that I haven't been to in Kansas. So we're gonna see what kind of yarn they have and the deals that they have. I was talking to another maker on Instagram. Shout out to Yanessa Creations. She said that this Joann's was pretty much stocked with a lot of yarn and to come up and try it out. So we're gonna go ahead and see what they have, and then I will update you guys on what I bought and the prices and everything like that. They have 4 days until they close. Let's go and see what kind of yarn they have for us. Okay, Joann haul 1 was this bag and this bag and this bag down here, and then afterwards I went for round 2 and we grabbed these 2 bags and that basket. So stay tuned to what I purchased.
Oh wait, okay, so you need to put my QR code right here, okay?
A QR code.
Somewhere on the screen, and you guys should follow my Instagram because I make jewelry. So, yeah.
Okay, we are back home, and honestly, we have so much yarn, guys. This doesn't even show the yarn on the other side. We have this bag. These were the crates that I picked up. They were like $4 each. I picked up 2 of them to hold working yarn projects. But I got this reusable bag there. And then we have this yarn, this reusable bag, and this. And then let me go to the other side. And then on the other side, we have this basket of yarn with yarn down there. And we got this basket of yarn and then this bag of yarn as well. So again, so much yarn. I can't wait to go through this all with you guys and share with you the colors and the pricing and just my last Joann yarn haul for forever. Hey guys, okay, it's been a couple days now after the long haul with the traveling and stuff. We did not get home until kind of late, probably around like 5 or 6 o'clock. It's like about 5:30 that we got home. But then I spent time with family and stuff. And then yesterday I didn't even touch the yarn because it is a lot of yarn to go through. And then I will also need to take time and put it into my inventory tracker of the yarn and the cost. And so I wanted to pick a day where I was going to be able to do all of that. And with my husband being home, today is going to be the perfect day to show you all the yarn that I got, the pricing, and then being able to put it into my inventory tracker that I have. Okay. So this was a last minute haul. I wasn't originally going to shop again at Joann's. I had already been a couple weeks and purchased some odds and ends from a different Joann's, the one that's closer to me. It's about an hour in Belton. It was closing within like 6 days when I had went. There was no yarn there, so whatever I bought was just kind of odds and ends. For example, I picked up some, kind of show you what I got from the last Joann's, but I won't go into full detail. I picked up some ribbon. I got these because these are perfect for wrapping up blankets. I picked some neutral colors, but then I also wanted like a boy option, so I picked out this. It's like a blue-gray color. Oh, I got a pink because I'm going to start trying some bags with fabric since I bought fabric a while ago. Their zippers were like $1, and so I picked up a variety of different color zippers to try. Just again, odds and ends. I picked up buttons as well to use for the book sleeves and the Kindle crochet sleeves that I have just started going through. I shared with you in one of my market vlogs that these little buttons were similar to the antique ones that I was using for my grandma. And so when I found these, I knew that I wanted these immediately. I also found these from an Etsy shop maker who was selling these very similar. So I grabbed them from him as well. I picked up something from my sewing machine. I picked up some fabric. So I got this pink has little flowers on it. and then a blue, which I think is so pretty, and it has little flowers on it as well. So again, just some random things because they didn't have yarn, but we were traveling up there anyway, and I wanted to still look at things that I might use in my business that I could get at a discount. So that is the first initial haul. I also got some yarn from my best friend who had went to a different Joann's and Independence. Again, all of these stores are at least an hour away from me, and so justifying driving an hour when they may not have anything, I just didn't do with Joann's. So if we were already up in the city, then I was stopping by. If not, and someone else was there, they would take a look for me. And so she grabbed some yarn for me as well when she was up there shopping. I didn't go heavy or hard. This is my biggest haul that I have shopped with Joann's clothing. They had the most yarn. I had told you guys that in a pattern test chat group with Pattern Testing Crosby from Mama Made Minis, we were talking about Joann's and yarn, and I forgot that Jessie from Yanessa Creations is very close and lives kind of up there in that area, and so she said that she would be on the lookout, and she was going to a new Joann's, and she said that she would keep me in mind if they had any new yarn. And so when she went, she said that they had a ton of yarn, and she sent me pictures and stuff. And so I did have her grab me 2 skeins of yarn just in case. By the time I got up there, it was completely gone. But then I actually ended up going up there the next day after I was already traveling anyway. So this is by far the biggest yarn haul I've done, but let me share with you what I purchased. I actually did 2 trips. The first trip that I did, my cart was overfilling. So they had yarn in a variety of different places. In their actual yarn aisle, they didn't have very much, but then they had stacks and stacks of yarn over by the fabric. I haven't seen this much yarn since they started closing and since Joann started announcing that they were going out of business. So anyway, they had a ton of different Bernat blanket yarns. They had velvet yarn. They still had a lot of acrylic yarn. And they had a huge variety of the big twist plush. My cart was overflowing by the first trip and when I checked out. And then when I found out the total of yarn that I bought, it was literally too good to be true. So I went and did a second round of yarn, just of other things that I thought I might need more of. And when I went, yarn was at 70% off. So most of the yarn bundles were like Bernat blanket yarn was all $3.60 for each skein. And then Big Twist was 70% off. I'll have to do some mathing because what had happened is when I was at the checkout, she literally just told me to grab all of the same Bernat, like all of Bernat yarn, grab all of it and let her know how many skeins I bought. So in the first round, I bought 14 skeins of Bernat blankets. And then she was like, okay, give me all the Big Twist. And then we calculated up how many skeins of Big Twist I bought and then how many Bernat velvet yarn I bought as well. And she did that. Like she didn't individually scan it. She just scanned one, took how many numbers I had, plugged it in. And so there's a jumble of numbers combined since that's how she ran the receipt. So I will have to look up again exactly how much Big Twist is. So just a second. Okay, so after looking at my receipts, all of the yarn was 70% off, which put every single skein that I bought at $3.60. So we'll start with Big Twist and then we'll work our way up to Bernat blanket. Now, normally I'm not a Big Twist plush girl, but I've been really loving one of their colors, and it is the cardamom. It's this color right here, cardamom. It is a really pretty brown, and I've been using it. One, I use it for the gingerbread snuggler in Christmas. I really loved it for him. And then I've been seeing a lot of the cows made with him, and so I only had a little bit left. I also use this cardamom for a giraffe, and so when BK Crochet brings out her Biggie giraffe, I really want that pattern, and I know I was going to need more of this in order to crochet him. So I picked up a lot of this Big Twist cardamom. I bought 4 skeins of it. because I knew I was going to be using it for the giraffe, cows, and the gingerbread snuggler. I also heard that Big Twist is being bought out maybe. Well, yeah, Big Twist is being bought by Hirschner's, but I haven't checked out the website. I don't know what colors they're going to be offering. And so when I saw all of this cardamom color, I immediately went ahead and grabbed 4 skeins. I knew that this would be a good kind of yarn to stock up on. So then I also picked up 2 of the purple. This is the color Lavendula. Anyway, I picked up 2 of this lavender color, and that is all for Big Twist yarn. Those were the only 2 colors. Again, I'm not a big twist crochet person because it is just a tad thicker, but I do really love the brown for cows and everything else. And I thought this purple was really pretty, so I picked up that. In this bag here, for the first round, I picked up 6 of the Bernat Velvet. This is the light pink in blush pink. I have bought so much of the green color, so I use this for baby beanies in my small business, especially in the fall. This light pink color sells out so fast, along with the dark pink. The dark pink has been really hard to find, if not expensive, and currently, I'm fighting with the strap. Currently on Amazon, this yarn is like $13.50 on Amazon to grab. And so when I saw that they were $3.60, I grabbed a lot of skeins, honestly. I already have a lot of green, and I'm stocked up on several of the dark gray. And so when this came about, I grabbed 6 in the first round, and then on the second round, I grabbed 4 more. So I have 10 skeins of this Bernat Velvet, which honestly, that puts me at $30 or a little bit over $30. And that's literally 2 skeins of yarn by itself if on Amazon. So 10 skeins for $3.60 is an amazing deal for this yarn. It's very pricey. So we grabbed that, and that is all that's in this bag. 10 skeins of Bernat Velvet yarn in this bag here. Okay, so that is Big Twist and Velvet. Now let's move on to the variety of yarns that I picked out from Bernat. They had the Bernat blanket, baby blanket in melon. I grabbed 2 skeins of this. I've been using this for the hatching carrots on the bunnies, and I really like how this looks with that, so I grabbed 2 more skeins. I recently bought 2 other skeins of it, and I've almost gone through all of it, so I picked up some more. Then, guys, I went hard on baby sand. I grabbed 4 skeins of Bernat's baby blanket in baby sand. I told you that Jessie also is sending me 2 skeins of yarn, so that gave me 6 skeins of baby sand. I have already previously bought, I think, 4 skeins, and I've already gone through it. It's a color that I just use so much in my business. It's the perfect neutral color for cows and hooves and anything in between. Honestly, this yarn I grab all the time, so I stocked up on it with me going through it so fast and it being $3.60. So I have 4 skeins with me. 2 more skeins are coming. 6 yarn, 6 skeins of baby sand. I used the color from Bernat Blanket Speckled. I used the color Typewriter. It is a black and white speckle. They did not have that there, but they did have the gray version. Which honestly, I get these 2 kind of mixed up because they look so similar online, and even like in pictures and stuff, they look like about the same. This is like a dark gray speckled, and then you have the black speckled. So I grabbed this for chickens, chicken snugglers, hatching chicks, Mabel chickens, all the chickens, cows. Grabbed 2 skeins of this, and that is my intention on using that. My daughter asked me if I could crochet Mike from Monsters Inc. and she asked me to pick up this color. So this isn't a color that I would normally pick up. It is Bernat Baby Blanket in the color Zing Dot. So we have this. It's like a really pretty lime green with blue speckles and stuff in here. This would also could be kind of cute for Sully, but we'll see. She asked me to pick this up, so we grabbed it anyway. I've been on the hunt for another baby blanket dappled. I had this color last summer and loved it. And lately the ones that I've been seeing in Joann's on sale for they're going out of business is Peachy Keen, which is the dark pink. And so this is Ever After Pink. It is the light pink and peach color. This one is really, really pretty. I used it in the past for flamingos, but I plan on using this for like cows and dinosaurs and stuff like that as well. So a really good color to have. I honestly wish that they had a second one, but this was the last one that they had, so I grabbed it. Okay, so then we have another Bernat baby blanket yarn that I wanted to try was Cozy Rosy. This is a pink frosting color. I've been really wanting to try it, but I didn't know if it was going to be a color that I would grab very often, so I've kind of steered away from it. But for $3.60, I decided to give it a try, so I got this as well. Also, I grabbed the vintage white. Now, in the past, I grabbed this color and I didn't love it because it was really, really yellow, and I haven't found a lot of uses for it because it's such a yellow white. But when I was talking in the group chat, they were saying that there are two different kinds. Also, my other vintage white was very stiff and I did not enjoy crocheting with it. But the girls were saying that depending on where it's shipped from, depends on the yellow hue and how soft it is. So I decided to in store this looked decently yellow, but now by itself it looks honestly pretty good. I wanted to compare it next to whipped cream. I love using whipped cream. It is a little bit of a yellow tone white. It's not the perfect white, but I've been really loving it for my baby Della ducks, and so I wanted to compare this new one because it's soft to whipped cream. So that's why I got it. Also, I will be using it for baby Dellas, and I use it for other small things as well, such as like noses and white accents. It's been really pretty to use with whipped cream, so that was my plan for this as well. Since I am on break from markets, I will be doing a lot of market prep, and that is why I justified buying 3 skeins of the ivory tweed. I love this color for chickens and especially hatching chicks. I use it for chicken snugglers. I will use this for the black and white cows as well. It's such a versatile color and I do really like it. And so I will need to be prepping more maple chickens and hatching chicks. I knew that I would use them all, so I grabbed 3 of ivory tweed. I was out of the Bernat tweed in the color Sandy, so I grabbed 2 of these colors. I already have 2 skeins of woodland, so again, I use this as well for chickens with snugglers, maple chickens, hatching chicks. This is a very good color. I also like to use this for fox things. So the fox snugglers, the fox plushie, anything with an orange undertone. I use this for cows. A nice color to have that can be used with a variety of makes. So I grabbed 2 of these. I was completely out of Bernat baby blanket in the color terracotta. I sent my best friend to go look for some when she was in Independence, and they only had the Bernat blanket terracotta, which is like a clay red color. I use that for chicken numbs, but I don't go through it enough as quickly to have a full other skein of it. And I was looking for the actual baby Bernat terracotta, which is a darker orange color. I grabbed 2 of them. Also, when I was shopping, there was a lot of skeins that didn't have a label on it. And then I found a whole aisle of labels. It was so crazy. But anyway, I grabbed 2 skeins of Bernat's baby blanket. I like to use this color for mallards with the feet, the baby mallards, fox, anything fox related. I like to use this as well. It is a very good color to use. And I go through it quicker than I usually anticipate, especially when you are crocheting mallard snugglers, which was one of my best sellers last year. I could not keep mallard snugglers in stock. I've recently started crocheting the baby mallard from the Baby Della mod and wanted to use this, but had to use a lighter orange with rust because I didn't have enough of this for our box. And so anyway, it's a really nice color to have in your stash if you don't have it as well. You might want to add it. It's a really nice color. The last couple of skeins, let me grab them. A new color that I wanted to try that I haven't honestly seen before was Bernat's Blanket, and it is the color Aubergine. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it is a really pretty mauve purple, like, I don't even know. It's not a, to me, it looks like a mauve purple, but it is definitely more purple than pink, so can't really say it's completely mauve, but it is really pretty, really, really soft. I don't have specific plans for this yarn yet, but it was just a color that I wanted to try. I grabbed this, and then the last skeins that I bought was this gray. This is pale gray, I believe. Yeah, this is pale gray. I grabbed 3 skeins of this for the elephant snuggler. That one was really popular. I can use 1 skein for 2 snugglers, and so I wanted to have some of this gray on hand for when I was doing the elephant snugglers, especially prepping. My bigger festivals sell really well with snugglers, and therefore I wanted to have a couple of skeins of gray yarn for them. So I bought these. If I had to pick between pale gray or seagull gray, hands down, I would usually pick seagull gray. It is a lighter gray than even this color, and it's really pretty. I really like it, but they did not have that, so I picked up pale gray instead. It's still a really nice light gray yarn, but I really love the seagull gray color, which is kind of hard to find. So that is my entire yarn stash that I picked up at this Joann's. Other things that I picked up that are not yarn related were Fiskars scissors. They were like $3. I needed a new pair of scissors, and plus with getting ready to cut fabric, I wanted to have scissors that were just specific to fabric. I picked up another odds and ends zipper. Actually, Mia wanted this for something that she's going to try to sew. So we grabbed the zipper for her. And then I found this really cute and pretty gray gingham ribbon. I think this would have been so pretty for wrapping up a baby blanket. So I grabbed 2 of these, especially like a little baby boy blanket. I think it would be really, really cute and sweet. So I got these. I grabbed these bags to help with market prepping with hats and beanie sizes. I can just crochet and then label the bag maybe, or even like tie a little note or something here that says what sizes they are. And that way, after I get done crocheting them and I'm starting to put them together, I can just grab into the bag and work on the bag of items. I also picked up this really cute dark brown wicker basket. I wanted a basket to hold my current make. I crochet on the couch. I don't have a yarn room or a yarn studio or an office or anything that I can sit down and crochet at, or just leave my work there. I usually have it next to the couch, either in a box or a bag or other small buckets. And with this, I wanted to be able to put the yarn that I was working with in the basket along with my current make and have it next to the couch where then I can just quickly grab it without it being too much of a fuss. For whatever reason, I cannot stack yarn. If I put yarn next to the couch where I'm sitting on the ground, the boys always mess with it. They always kick it out of the pile. It always ends up being all over. I'm hoping with a basket, it is out of the way. And it's more sturdier than a bag, because a bag they'll trip over or whatever. So I'm hoping that this will help with that. I also just really love this basket, and I just really wanted it, honestly. So this is why we got this. holding a project while I'm working on, especially like a blanket, I can put it in here. I picked up 2 other things while I was at Joann's. They had the collapsible baskets. I picked up 2 of them in like a coral orange color, kind of matches the color of the shirt. I don't currently have them with me. I left them in the car. But I got them also for project makes and market prepping. That way I can batch items, put them in the basket, and then grab the basket and work on it. That is my theory for those as well. And they were $3 a basket. They were originally $9.99, and I paid $3 for them. So that is all. That is what I grabbed. I grabbed 2 of those, and I think that's all that I grabbed at this Joann's. This Joann's that I went to is going to be closing on Monday, so they will be completely done with. I think the one in Independence closes June 1st is the last day. Anyway, that's all that I grabbed from Joann's. Even though these yarn skeins were on sale at a really good deal, it's really sad to see the receipts and then it says GOB going out of business next to it. And honestly, the first round of shopping was such a hype with all the yarn, but the second round of yarn, when I was waiting in line, all I could think about was the workers who were working there. And, you know, for us seeing a countdown as makers, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to go really fast. But for them, it's a different story. Like, they're counting down the days of them losing their job. And I just felt really sad for them. I know that they've had some time and knew, like, after the news was out, they knew that they were going to be losing their job. But literally getting down to the nitty gritty of them losing their job just made me feel for them. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to get emotional, honestly, about Joann's. I think it's really just the workers who are working there. I think that's so sad. And I really hope that they have had a chance to find something else after, you know, Joann's goes out of business. I hope that they've had time to find another thing, especially like if maybe they're a single mom or that job was their only income coming into their household. I pray for them, and I hope that they found another job that they can slide into easily and that they will love as well. I think it's just sad. It's neat to see the deals, but it's really sad that one Joann's is going out of business. Yarn pricing and stuff will be really, really expensive, but also the people that work at Joann's, I'm sure they've had one heck of a time either finding a new job or trying to figure out what their next step is going to be and showing up every day to a business that is going to be gone. I can't imagine. So if that is you, I am so, so sorry that you are going through this situation and that you are also looking for another job to support your family. I'm hoping that you were able to find something and can keep bringing in income that you need to support your family or yourself. But anyway, that is my spiel and my last Joann haul. It was definitely bittersweet to go in one last time knowing that this is going to be the last time and shopping and everything. So I hope that you enjoyed this yarn haul and my favorite yarns, what I plan on using them for, and what I picked up in the pricing with, I don't even know how many skeins of Bernat. So I told you 10 skeins of Bernat Velvet in the blush pink. I grabbed 6 skeins of Big Twist Plush. I don't even know how many skeins of Bernat blankets. 20 skeins of Bernat blankets, in addition to the 2 that are coming, which puts 22 skeins of Bernat blanket yarn and Bernat baby blankets. Definitely a lot of yarn. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it with my yarn. I get a lot of questions about what is my favorite yarn and what do I crochet it with. So I'm hoping this gave you a little bit insight of colors that I usually pick up or ran out, especially the tweed colors. These are my favorite colors that are used most often. This terracotta orange, gray, baby sand. I am a neutral girl with colors, and that is what I bought. So hopefully that you enjoyed this and it gave you a little snippet of maybe what you could crochet with yarn that you have in your stash. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.